Day 62 verses 42-43, the greatest strength. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. Over the last few weeks of Karma Yoga, the Gita has shown us how desire clouds wisdom and gradually pulls us away from our own understanding. It showed us where the struggle begins and why awareness matters. Today, as chapter 3 comes to a close, the Gita brings everything together and talks about the strength needed to overcome this inner conflict. The senses are superior to the working body, and superior to the senses is the mind. Beyond the mind is the intellect, and even higher than the intellect is the soul. The Gita describes desire as something that is difficult to satisfy. Its nature is to keep asking for more. One wish fulfilled often creates another. One achievement leads to another goal. One expectation gives rise to another expectation. This does not mean that ambition, dreams, or aspirations are wrong. Human life naturally involves wanting, growing, and striving. The problem begins when we start believing that fulfillment always lies somewhere ahead of us, waiting in the next achievement, the next possession, the next stage of life, or the next outcome we desire. The mind then begins living in a state of constant seeking. For a brief moment, satisfaction appears, but it often does not stay for long. The search begins again. Slowly, we become so occupied with what is missing that we stop recognizing what is already present. We do not heed our wisdom because it gets overtaken by desire. Thus, knowing the soul to be superior to the material intellect, O mighty armed Arjun, subdue the lower self, which is senses, mind, and intellect, by the higher self, strength of the soul, and kill this formidable enemy called lust. The Gita ends the chapter of Karma Yoga with a call to action. Krishna does not ask Arjuna to escape from life or avoid challenges. Krishna asks him to recognize and overcome the forces that cloud wisdom and disturb clarity. Desire itself is not the enemy. The problem begins when desire starts controlling our choices and determining our peace. The Gita reminds Arjuna that he does not have to surrender to every impulse that arises within him. It emphasizes that we should slay this enemy called desire through understanding of the divine self. Material objects can never fulfill the longing of the soul for divinity, and so it is futile to submit to desires for them. We must make use of our wisdom, our intellect to introspect and control the mind, the senses, and the body. Understanding, awareness, and inner discipline give us the ability to pause and choose wisely. For many of us, restlessness is a constant companion. For many others, it's an occasional visitor. Very often, the reason of this restlessness is a struggle within us. We may know what is right and still choose what is easy. We may know patience would help and still react in anger. We may know that holding on is hurting us and still find it difficult to let go. There can be a constant pull between what we know to be true and what we do in real life. That is why some of the most important battles in life are invisible. They happen in small moments that nobody else sees. The moments we stop ourselves from reacting in anger. The moments we choose discipline over immediate comfort. The moments we pause and listen to our wisdom instead of following an impulse. These moments may appear small, but they are slowly shaping the direction of our lives. life is rarely transformed through one grand decision. More often, it changes through the small choices we make every day. And this is where the chapter finally brings us. The fact that real strength is not only the ability to face challenges in the world outside, it is also the ability to guide what is happening within us. It is the strength to overcome our body's desires and be guided by our soul. Thought of the day. As you move through your day to day, ask yourself, am I consciously guiding my thoughts and choices, or am I just following whatever pulls me in the moment? Thank you for joining me on Gita 360. As we complete Chapter 3, may we carry forward the wisdom that action becomes meaningful when guided by clarity, awareness, and understanding. May we find the strength to guide ourselves with wisdom rather than impulse.